Hey guys, welcome once again to this channel. It's been a while though. Some time ago someone hit me up asking me to do a video on how do I live above negative comments as a Christian. And so I'm just gonna drop it here quickly before I head out for the day. How do I live above negative comments as a Christian? What are negative comments? Whatever statement or phrase said that puts you down, makes you feel fearful, makes you feel threatened, makes you filled with resentment and all that. And examples are insults, gossip, destructive criticism, threats, and false accusation. So what does it mean to live above? Live above simply means to surmount, to move ahead despite roadblocks, to go higher despite whatever is trying to draw you down. A very obvious example is an airplane. You see, despite the activity of the force of gravity trying to bring everything down, an airplane keeps going high. You see, so you've got to learn how to keep heading for your goals and being the person you've decided to be, despite whatever negative comments that are thrown at you. You see, as the plane is in flight, for whatever reason, if the engine goes off, the plane is going to come crashing down. In like manner, for whatever reason, if your psychology goes up, negative comments have what it takes to bring you down. Now, who is a Christian? A Christian is anyone who has decided to accept Jesus as the love of his or her life and to live according to his instructions. So, how do I live above negative comments as a Christian? The first point is this: you must accept that negative comments are part of life and that they are not going to stop. Just as pain and pleasure is part of life, laughter and sorrow is part of life, that is the way negative comments are part of life. And you can all bear me witness that we've all experienced negative comments prior to this video, and for certain we are definitely still going to experience negative comments thrown at us at different points in our lives. We're going to get insulted, threatened and all that. So when you accept that it's part of life, it cuts the suffering you will face in half. Once you accept that it's part of life, whenever it happens, the suffering or the challenge you face is already half. The second point is you have to be free of the dilemma of identity crisis. You've got to be free from the dilemma of identity crisis. What's an identity? Your identity is your belief about who you are, your self-concept, what you believe is your worth, your significance in the social world. Now, what is identity crisis? Confusion about who you are, about your worth, about your place in the social environment. Now, identity must stem from somewhere. It must have its foundation on something. Some people's identity stems from the fact that they are beautiful, that they are financially independent, that they are academically smart, or as a result of their reputation. These are all wonderful. But however, the problem is that they are subject to change. They are fleeting. Beauty and handsomeness fade away as age comes by and wrinkles creep in. Financial independence, sometimes we feel more buoyant, sometimes we are temporarily broke. Reputation can be stained. You can be academically smart but experience failure in business or in relationships. So you can see that In as much as these are good things to build your identity on, they are subject to change. However, what is not subject to change is the Word of God. The Word of God is eternal. It is not subject to change. Now, what does the Word of God say about you as a Christian? It says that God created you in His image. The offspring of a goat is a goat. The offspring of a lion is a lion. Therefore, the offspring of a God is a God. So if God made you in His image, you are a God over your circumstances and your destiny. What a powerful foundation to build your identity on. You see, the Word of God also says that we are complete in Him, in Jesus, who is the head over all supernatural forces and earthly forces. So you can see that when your identity is built on the Word of God, it's powerful, it's enriching, and it's not subject to change. So that when circumstances of life come that are not so good, you're not going to start having identity crisis and confusion. Now, another reason why you need a strong identity is this. So you'll be able to know the difference between destructive criticism and constructive criticism. A case point: you're working for a company and mistakenly you spoiled an equipment and it cost the company a couple of dollars or naira or whatever currency. And your supervisor walks in and berates you and says, "You're a fool, you are worthless, whatever you thought spoils, find a way to fix this." That's destructive criticism. He attacked you, not the problem. Let's look at it this other way. Your supervisor comes in and says, "You've been so wonderful to this company, you've helped us, we cherish your input. Why did you make such a mistake? Now it has cost us this and that. Please try as much as possible, let it not happen again, and try your best to fix the situation, and we'll offer you whatever support that we can." This is constructive criticism, attacking the situation, not the person. So when you have a strong identity, you know the difference between the both of them. And when you have a strong identity, when you're being criticized constructively, you will pick up your mistake and work on it to make it better. And if you have a weak identity, any form of criticism, whether constructive or destructive, will make you feel worthless, will make you feel attacked. Also, another benefit of a strong identity is this: even if it happens that you were destructively criticized, that strong identity will make you know that I am not worthless. I know my significance. I know my worth. So I'm just gonna overlook this berating and attend to my mistake. Because if you don't have a strong identity, whenever you're berated, you undergo so much emotional turmoil and resentment that will affect your other activities of the day. Now, finally, in order for you to live above negative comments, you've got to develop and maintain a strong psychology. How do you develop and maintain a strong psychology? By feeding your mind with empowering and positive information, educative information, intelligent information. And what is the number one place? The Word of God. The Word of God. Yes, obviously, there are other authors and successful people that you can read their books, attend their workshops and their seminars that will increase your psychology, because actually the battle of life is in the mind, is the psychology. You can be broke in your circumstance. It is not as powerful as the effect of what happens to your psychology as a result of being broke. In like manner, you can be wealthy and your psychology, the effect of that wealth on your psychology can be detrimental. So almost everything about life is all about our psychology. Yes. So you've got to develop a strong psychology. It's good to read. It's good to learn. It's good to feed your mind with the testimonies of those that have gone through what you've gone through and they became successful, their testimonies will give your psychology the strength to move forward. Those who have encountered threats and destructive criticisms and still managed to make something out of their life, those who were abused physically, verbally, sexually, and still made something out of their lives, their testimonies are powerful things to build your life on. So you need a strong psychology. And one of the benefits or one of the results of having a strong psychology is that you get to control your attention, what you focus on. Whatever you experience, you get to focus your attention on. You get to choose what you focus on. You get to choose what things mean to you, and you get to choose what you do that will bring about the results you want. You see, it's easy for stinky thoughts to come into our minds. It's easy for stinky thoughts to come into our mind, but developing boundaries in your thinking about what you're thinking about requires a strong psychology. So there is need to develop a strong psychology, and to help you to focus your attention on the things that you can handle, on the things that you can influence, not the things you can't influence. There are a lot of things in our lives that we cannot influence the outcome, but there are also a lot of things we can influence the outcome. Another thing that helps us maintain a strong psychology is our physicality. You see, when you're physically down, your mind follows. See, when you're sick, your mind follows. You understand me? So you need to engage in physical exercises. You need to engage in right eating habits, adequate medical checkups to make sure that your physicality is in good shape to support your psychological activities.